But there's a crowd around us, like watching our game because we're the last one. It was like intense because it was literally neck and neck the entire time, back and forth. It was so cool. My heart was racing. Her heart was racing. It was so fun. I would have won.
Yeah, what did you do?
I made a bad mistake. So in this video, I'm going to basically give a recap of my experience going to the recent Disney Lorcana Whispers in the Well pre-release at my local card shop. I'm going to discuss basically my thoughts before. I'm going to show a clip of the inside of the store. I'm going to play a video basically of where when I got home, I talked to my wife and discussed how the event went. Because I just went myself, so you get to see basically my initial thoughts and reactions once I got home from the event, and then kind of share my reflections on my takeaways from going to something like this, which I've never gone to any kind of TCG event, let alone a Disney Lorcana pre-release sealed event. This was a first for a lot of those things for me. So this video is for anyone who is thinking about going to a Disney Lorcana sealed event for a pre-release, or anything that relates to that. This is to kind of show you my experience and my advice based on someone who before yesterday, the 7th, never went to one of these things. So definitely having no previous experience going to any kind of TCG event, I was definitely feeling a good bit of anxiety and nervousness about going to this thing. Having no idea what to expect. I'm also, I assume most people who play TCGs, I'm more of an introvert myself. However, I am able to kind of, push it down enough to where I can, do certain things, similar to this, but I've never done something like this. So, but I was very nervous, and, that's what I felt going into it. So I wanted to kind of prepare myself as much as I could. So I did do some research, and I will share in the description all the videos I watched and the articles I read to understand what kind of to expect from a Disney Lorcana pre-release event, a sealed event specifically, because I learned there's it's part of the limited format, but you also have something like draft, which is different from sealed. This was a sealed event. So know what your event specifically is when you're doing your research, of course. But I will share all the sources I use to kind of prepare myself, and hopefully they can help you prepare as well, like they kind of helped me, which I felt like they did. I'm gonna go into now play the video of the inside of the store, kind of so you can kind of see. It's a short little clip of what it looked like. It was pretty busy. There was a lot of people playing, I believe, One Piece that night, and like a small little group of us of about 8 of us playing Lorcana. So I'm gonna play that clip, and then I'm going to play the conversation I had with my wife of when I came home that night after the event, because you can see my initial first reactions and my excitement, and also the mistakes I made. I made some pretty big ones. Not understanding the event itself 100%, I made a mistake, and also just game wise I made a big mistake, but but you'll see that, and then we will discuss basically what I got away from doing this event, how I think you should prepare, and any other little bits and pieces of information. So I think that are helpful. So roll the clips. That would be cool. We can do that now. Yeah, I didn't play her because uninkable, and I didn't have many princesses actually, so I thought it just kind of like
Makes sense, yeah.
wasn't worth. Let me show the camera these. Okay, so yeah, we so I got paired up and then I lost the third one. As like it got really intense, like I was locked in. At the last game, there was a crowd around us because everyone else had finished, and then other people like from the store, like other random people.
That's terrifying.
But there's a crowd around us, like watching our game because we're the last one. It was like intense because it was literally neck and neck the entire time, back and forth. It was so cool. My heart was racing. Her heart was racing. It was so fun. I would have won.
Yeah, what did you do?
I made a bad mistake. She had one character. She was on 18. No, she was on 19. So she quested her next turn. She would quest and get 20.
Yeah.
I had like 3 characters.
Yeah.
But it would have just got me to 19, not 20. So I was like, there's no point of even like challenging her. I made the rookie mistake where I forgot that I could challenge with 2 characters. No. And I was like literally talking out loud. I was like, okay, I think it's GG. Like everyone, I can't. I have no one who can beat her 4 willpower.
Yeah.
Because all mine were 3 or 2.
Oh baby, you're a beginner. It's okay.
If I would have like got her out, then like what 2 turns later, whatever it was, like I would have won.
Yeah.
And then right after I made my choice and I passed my turn, she was like, and like her husband was like, just do your thing first and then we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? And then they were like, right after it was done, they said, they told me what I could have done. And then, but everyone was like,
that's really nice of them.
And from the husband, I got a fist bump saying, he was like, that's your first time playing? I said, no, I'm playing my wife. He said, dude, good job.
Look at you.
So, and then like the other guy, like who I talked to, sat around first.
Yeah.
He was like, it's like you could have won. I was like, yeah, I learned. And he's like, that was cool. So that was just round 1. I dropped out.
Wait, so there's 2 more rounds to go?
Yeah. So when I found that, I was already packed up and I was like getting ready to head out. I was like, that was fun, guys. Like I had a great time. That was so much fun. Like, we're not done. I was like, what? I was like, yeah, that's round 1. We have 2 more. I was like, wait, what? I didn't realize. So it's 3 rounds, best of 3.
I knew that. I was wondering why you were coming home. I was like, did they not do it like normal?
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Because we did it 3 times. I misunderstood. I was like, okay, well, this was my person. We did 3 games. Done.
Yeah, then you go to other people.
And that took us an hour to play 1 game.
Yeah.
So at that point, I was like, we'll be getting done like 11. So I was like, okay, yeah. And they're like, well, unless you have to go. And I was like, yeah, I do need to head out. I didn't realize. But now I know for next time.
Yeah. So
they're like, cool. And then like, that's all good. And well, hey,
could have got something from it, can you?
I know. Because they had a whole damn leaderboard, thing from the group. So I just, and another kid dropped out too.
Oh. So you weren't the only one. That's good.
But I now know for next time not to do that,
Yeah.
But it wasn't a big deal.
I knew you would be on full. I was like, oh, he's already heading home.
From all this, yes, I want to do another pre-release seal. That was so much fun.
Next one's in February.
We'll go for your birthday. But now I know next time, like I do a pre-release, I know that I'm going to invest all night into it. But I was like already kind of heading out. I was kind of mentally ready to go,
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, we're done. I already put everything up too, so I was like, okay. But now I know. Oh.
Legendary.
And wait. Oh my gosh, yeah, I forgot about. Gotta show the chat.
Yeah, there's lots of them.
Yes. Let me see him real quick.
There's Jetsam too.
You know what's funny? I didn't even get to play this guy. Babe, look at us. We got these. What are these called again? Legendaries?
Those are legendaries.
How much is this going for?
And of course these are going to change as time goes on.
I did put Prince Charming in my deck, but
359.
God.
Well,
so she's
actually, I think 833. It's really kind of like changing. Near mint 359. I think 8 if it's mint. This would be mint then. Would it not be mint?
I guess it is. I did put him in my deck, but I never ended up playing him because he's just so high. By the time I got to the point, I just used other bodyguards. I never got to play him, but it was cool. So as you saw, definitely a great learning experience, right? So, you know, a lot to take away from that. From my experience, you know, I would say, you know, be prepared to spend, you know, hours doing this event. Like the one match that I played, because it's, you know, I guess typically, based on what my experience was, it's 3 rounds of best of 3. And just doing one round took an hour. And we had around 45 minutes to construct a deck from the 6 booster packs that you were provided, that you pay for sign up for the event. But you construct the deck, about 45 minutes we had, and then, you know, we spent basically an hour in that first round just playing. We were assigned who to play against. I think it was just random, and if I had stuck around, then I would have been assigned another person. And you know, based on what you saw from the clip of the conversation with my wife, I'm actually very happy with how I played. I made some big mistakes. Something so I shouldn't have forgot that you can challenge with multiple people, characters. But hey, you know, lost my first game. I won the second game. The third game, it was neck and neck, so close. And if I didn't make that one mistake, I would have won. Which it was so fun, so exciting. My strategy when going into constructing my deck, from my research I went into, which I'll put in the description again, as I said, the things I considered were the ink curve. You know, basically you want to make sure that you're able to play your characters. You know, you have enough resources, you're able to get a good portion of inked characters. So with that being the case, you know, I try to avoid as many uninkables as possible. Make sure most of my cards could be used for ink. I also try to avoid one cost characters, because most of the time they didn't really offer anything in return. You know, you want to make sure you're using all your resources wisely. And I come to find out later that, you know, once you finish your first round, then you can change up the cards in your deck before you go into the next round. Not in between, like, you know, the best of 3, but per round you can switch up cards and stuff. So that's kind of cool. If I would have stuck around, which next time I will. I didn't do any locations. The lady I played against, she did do locations, and actually was pretty good for her. From some of the stuff I looked into, try to avoid locations, but then again, I guess it kind of just depends, because honestly that first game we played a best of 3, it went really well for her, and actually really helped her game to where that played a crucial part of me not winning. And as for what I thought about going into when I was constructing the deck, I also really tried to focus on getting evasives, so that way I can have a consistent characters who can quest without being, you know, easily challenged, and also, you know, make sure I get good card draw, because I don't want to run out of cards. It's very important in that format of sealed limited. So those are some of the key things that were in my mind based on my research going into constructing the actual deck during that 45 minutes. before the round started. So this was my experience going to a Disney Lorcana pre-release event, a sealed event. I would say the biggest takeaways is that it was so fun, and I can't wait to go to the next one in February for the winter. I forgot the name of it, but the winter set that's coming, set 11. I'm really excited to go to that. It was super fun. I got to meet some really cool people who've been going to a lot of the other pre-releases. That was really cool to get to know some people in the community, my local community. It was really cool to play against some people who, other people, because I've only played against my wife. So to play and see how well I do with, strangers. So that was really awesome. Again, great learning experience, super fun. I really recommend you go. You're gonna feel anxiety. If you're anything like me, you're gonna feel anxious, and that's okay. You gotta remember that most of the people in that shop are probably also anxious, maybe. I think a lot of people who are into this kind of hobby are a bit introverted. And that's okay. Just know that a lot of other people are feeling the same way you're feeling, but everyone's here to have a good time. So I guarantee you it was worth it. It was definitely worth it, even if you feel some anxiety sometimes. The staff were really friendly, really organized. The last thing I would say as to what to bring, you don't need to bring anything, but I would say maybe some sleeves, unless you're just gonna buy them there. But definitely have sleeves. Have some way to track your questing. I use my phone, but they also provided the little counters if you needed them. But really just go. It's fun. It was a cool experience, and I definitely will do it again. So this was my experience, and if it's kind of like all over the place, but just try to keep it genuine. If this was at all helpful for you, and if you plan on going to a pre-release, a sealed event, then and if this video helps you, then please subscribe to the channel. Follow along on my journey with all my hobbies, which now is Lorcana is really taken over as my main hobby. Honestly kind of like it more than Magic, but there is gonna be some more Magic content in the future. But but basically, like, comment, subscribe. I really appreciate y'all. Until the next one, see ya.